Hello, my dear friends. Okay, today is another day, like I was saying yesterday. The reason why I want to make this video is because just yesterday I was informed that Mr. Omar Khadr, got released from the jail. You know, he didn't have his freedom when he got from Guantanamo because he went to just stay here in Canada. But apparently, a judge from Alberta decided to free up himself. You know, just think of it. Okay, that guy was 15 years old. He was trained by his father, who was working for Osama bin Laden. Okay, so that man, the guy of 15 years old, thrown a grenade. He knew that he was throwing a grenade, but he was also called a child soldier. But I don't believe child soldier because he was 15 years old. He was old enough to find out what was the real war. He threw a grenade, killed an American soldier, and blinded another one. So the American soldier, they arrested him and they put him in a prison in Afghanistan. Okay. Afterward, they decided to move him to Guantanamo. He did his time in Guantanamo. Not all of his time because he was supposed to be there for 40 years. Okay, but Mr. Trudeau decided to pull him out of there, brought him here in Canada, gave him $10.5 million, and apologized to him from all Canadians. But you know, we did not agree with it at all. First of all, the $10.5 million that Mr. Trudeau gave to him came directly from our income tax money. Okay, so it was not right to do such thing. Just the fact that it took him out of Guantanamo should have been enough, but to Mr. Trudeau it was not enough. He had to give him $10.5 million. And for the fact that Omar Khadr was going to sue the federal government, well, I got to tell you right now, Omar Khadr is a real criminal because he murdered someone in war, you know, and he should have been facing justice here in Canada. Instead of it, you know, they didn't even put him in jail. They just put him not free, but he was on our land. And he was just going to court once in a while, and that was all. But now he doesn't have to go to court anymore because he's free, you know. That man is free, and I don't trust that man, you know. That man is a terrorism. He's a terrorism pure. You know, that's very simple, you know. He's a terrorism by name, okay. It's very, very, very rare to have that pronunciation, you know. In order for us to try to take it out of us, it's going to be very, very simple. Mr. Omar Khadr just have to take his family and move to Arabia Saudi and never come back here in Canada. So that case would have been solved. But the thing is, I don't think he's going to do it. I know he's able to ask for his passport, which he was not allowed before, but now he's allowed, he's entitled to. And if he gets a passport, he's going to go anywhere else than Canada, okay? I'm just saying that because that really pissed me off, you know. That really pissed me off. My case, you know, happened to me from the military police. They did an injustice with me. And look at what happened with Omar Khadr. He's got free up just like that. But not me. Me, I am damn sick like hell. And, you know, I'm trying to solve my own problem. But Mr. Khadr, you know, that fucking asshole, that fucking idiot, that fucking Islamist, you know, he didn't have to work at all because his lawyer did the whole fucking thing, you know. His lawyer is also worse than Mr. Omar Khadr because, you know, he was a terrorism, he was a murderer, and why such a lawyer would work for him, for Omar Khadr, you know. I don't understand that point at all, and it's gonna be very hard for those two assholes to explain me the case because they will never be able to accommodate me, or they will never be able to tell me the truth, the real truth, okay? I know what's the real truth. Omar Khadr is a real criminal. Omar Khadr is a murderer because he murdered a soldier in Afghanistan, I believe, and he killed him, and yeah, that's basically it, you know. Well, the phone just rang and I had to answer it. It was coming from outside of Canada, and it was a fucking scammer again. So I got scammed many times in my life, and since I was sick, the abuse on me. So anyways, to come back to Omar Khadr, that man, does not deserve to be free up like this, because that man killed someone, okay? And according to the Criminal Code of Canada, if you kill someone, you're guilty and you go to jail and for the rest of your life. But when you do your time in jail and you're a good person, you get released before your time. So it should have been the same for Omar Khadr, but just the fact that he was released before his time in jail just made him a real, well, we all know that it is a real criminal. And what happened with criminal, you know what's going on with them anyways. Because he was Islamist, he got his pain solved right away, because I believe Mr. Trudeau got in the subject. Mr. Trudeau might have done something bad again, because Mr. Trudeau keep doing bad things all the time. That's why we call the federal Liberal government corrupt and collusion. Corruption is very bad, because if you take a young person like Trudeau right now, he's the youngest prime minister we've ever had, okay? Because when he was appointed there, I don't know what age he had, but I mean, he should have not be too old, And there was many old people, like the age was above himself, and those men, they had everything to be prime minister, but they weren't, okay? They weren't, because they chosen Trudeau because of his father, Pierre-Luc Trudeau, who was a dictator as well. Pierre-Luc Trudeau and Justin Trudeau are both dictators, are both traitors to our nation. And I don't understand why we keep Mr. Trudeau in power, because, that man is killing ourselves. He's killing every one of us, okay? With the debt, with many fucking things he does with all the Muslims, Islamists, with all the money he gives to them, and all that fucking money comes from our income tax money, okay? So, in other words, we are all paying for it, and I am assuming that, I know and you know that at the very end, I would say I should not say it at the very end, because election are coming in October. It's coming really quick. It's going to be really quick here, okay? So the next government, I'm just hoping it is not going to be liberal, because if it is liberal, we're going to be stuck big time, okay? Because we will be getting many Muslims here in Canada, and that fucking Trudeau will abuse his power like he does all the time. He likes doing it because he's the man who can have the last word here. Not even the Governor General, because Governor General has been appointed by himself. Same thing as I should not say senator, but the senator are there to vote whether or not he does good thing in the government, and the senator has the final word. That's above Trudeau. It is above Trudeau, but I mean, when there is something real confusing, it goes to the senator, and then they have the last word. They give it to Mr. Trudeau, and then Mr. Trudeau applies it. Well, we're damn stuck here in Canada. This is why I keep telling that I hate to be Canadian. It's because of Mr. Trudeau. If we had a good prime minister and a good government, I would not say that. I'm just hoping that the next government will be able to solve my case, because my case is not good for the rebel, because of Mr. Sajjan, because Mr. Sajjan, with the letter I last received from him, was not a good letter. It was shit, pure shit and pure crap, I wouldn't believe that a minister would be able to answer like this, because you have to consider that Mr. Sajjan take down below him, and down below him are the military police, and I am against the military police, okay? Those assholes of military police, those jerks of military police are no good to us, are no good to any military or any serviceman. So I thank you so much for regarding this video, and there will be more after the 28th of